right. You want me to?
Meeting call to order and welcome. Oh, let's begin. Oh, let's, excuse me. Good afternoon. This is Gail Charette and I'm calling this meeting of the Yarmouth Commission on Disability. 3:05 p.m. Sarah, would you please read the open?
This is formally advised as required by Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Sections 18 to 25, and pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Act of 2021. An act relative to implementing certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency signed into law on June 16, 2021. As extended by Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, the Yarmouth Commission on Disability will hold a public meeting on Thursday, July 25th. At 3 p.m. at Yarmouth Town Hall, 1146-28. Yarmouth, the public is welcome to attend either in person or via the alternative as provided on the agenda. We're now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do, permit me to cover some ground rules reflected in clear conduct for our business and to ensure it's accurate meeting minutes. The chair will introduce each speaker on the agenda. If you're speaking remotely, please remember to unmute the microphone. And computer when the record speaks, so you can be heard clearly. Please remember to mute the mic on the Zoom app or mobile phone when you're speaking. You don't have to be online right at this moment, but for the record, when a participant wishes to interject a question or comment, please leave your hand physically or remotely and ask to be recognized. We will now proceed with the meeting.
As a preliminary matter, I will confirm for the record the members and staff present and they can't hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Jean Boyle, Vice Chair.
Pardon?
Say here.
Respond. Thank you. Drew Kraus,
Here.
Jessica Simmons, Clerk for July,
Here?
Mary Vilbon,
Here?
John Mitchell,
Yes.
Gail Charette, Chair, and staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Sarah O'Reilly, Director of Human Resources and ADA Coordinator.
Here.
Thank you. Guess there's nobody on Zoom. We can move on. We will start on the tracker on some brief updates. On first, Sarah, have you heard anything from anybody?
I have not.
Okay. So we will,
Has anyone been by there?
we're gonna. I haven't been by there since the last time, so no, I haven't.
There hasn't been any contact since that last time.
I haven't heard from any, yeah.
I haven't
Okay, so you
either.
know what we'll do is I'll swing by. And see, last time I was there was before the last meeting and there was nothing. The next one is the Sharkey's property. And, you know, this has been, kind of like a thorn on our side because we don't know, you know, what's going on. They didn't, I guess nobody's responded to anything.
Well, I thought we were gonna try to find out who owns the property.
Yeah. And I don't know how we're gonna find that out.
The assessor's office, or, that's where I thought we were going.
I think
Sarah,
I was supposed to do that, wasn't I?
okay, so we'll put down.
That's
didn't
kind
say
of you
that.
not to call me out, but I think I was supposed to do that.
Okay, that's fine.
As she looks at me.
All right, I was just looking in that area.
Yeah. Looking out the window.
Nice day out.
And if you, Sarah, you do me a favor, please, and email me the information, and then
Yeah.
I'll draw up some kind of a letter, and then I'll send it to you, and then you can fix it up. Thank you, I'll write that down. Okay, good. This one here, Sarah, is on the CBS. The last time we talked, I sent you a letter, but then I'm not sure if you got the letter or not.
I believe that the letter went out
Okay.
after the last meeting.
Okay.
I haven't gone by there to see if there's any.
I haven't,
change.
you know what, that's one thing I didn't do. Okay, so I will recheck on that.
What was the problem with that location?
It was the signage,
Oh,
the sign. Yeah.
And it's the South Yarmouth. It's
Right,
like-
and
And I
Station
was going
Ave.
back and forth, but now I know it's a Stop and Shop.
At Station Avenue or,
No, the across from Stop and Shop.
Oh, the
Oh.
CVS,
There's
Yeah.
South-
by Long
Yes.
Center.
South Yarmouth. Yeah.
Right, so there's one on Station Avenue and there's one on Long Pond slash.
Well, it's Long Pond, I should say, yeah.
Okay, it's that one. Okay.
Yeah, and that, yeah, okay. So that's done. Now, the next agenda is on the grant, and I just want to make a comment. I was talking with Sarah and she just wanted me to know it wasn't feasible this year to put forth a grant application, and she needs to learn more about the process. And that made me realize perhaps all of us should learn about the process too. And I will address this later on in the meeting. Okay, so we.
Okay.
Beautiful. And then following one is the community access monitoring. And if Drew and Jean have any updates or any,
No, just to let you know that we began in January with all the town building. And we finished up in May. So I'm wondering, like, where do we go from here? I had mentioned to Sarah that maybe I should make a list of the things that needed correction. But Sarah, what was it, Sarah? Was it because?
So I guess I didn't want to create extra work for you, because those individual reports, each of them went to the Assistant Director of Public Works, the Facilities Supervisor, and the Town Administrator. So they have all the information. They have started, like, the kind of low hanging fruit things that they could like do quickly, they're
Excuse me,
starting to do.
could you repeat what they went to? Assistant what?
The Assistant Public Works Director, the
Okay,
Facilities Supervisor, and the Town Administrator.
thank you.
You're welcome. So Jean graciously offered to, like, compile them into like one list. I did speak with the facilities supervisor to say, would that be helpful? He said, I have them all, and it's a process, it's not, some of them, depending on what they are, there's budgetary things that have to be planned for and what have you, so. He was appreciative of the project. However, it's not gonna be like we can fix it all right now, and there wasn't a lot to be fixed, actually.
No, there
which
was
is really
hardly
good.
anything.
So-
My thought, what about the Chamber of Commerce, that building, has that been taken care of?
The bathroom door hasn't.
The bathroom door, what about the other?
That would have been
items?
simple.
I don't remember the other things, but that's the
Oh, yeah,
biggest
outer
challenge,
door you were having a problem with.
which I think that got rectified. They came right over that next day
Because,
and actually worked on
because it's
that.
a public building, and now that it's summertime, it would be nice to have that door.
Yeah, I mean, literally, we have to go over and help people open the
So-
bathroom door.
Can we kind of like
So
put that?
heavy.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think
we
that's
could-
worth.
That one there we should really focus on.
Yeah.
Because I think that, kind of like lousy, if people can get into the bathroom.
We're always like, use your hip.
Lean into it.
You do have to, you can't,
Okay, so we're gonna
I'll
definitely,
follow up on
okay,
that.
so Sarah's gonna.
The other thing that came to mind is that once we independently did those surveys, and you applied for a grant, a lot of them could be corrected with grant money. Now, is this something you're going to address later in the meeting?
No, I'm not gonna address that part because I don't believe that we can have grant money before we have the transition plans. And that is something that is totally like separate from what we're doing. Unfortunately, they have, even though we know we have to comply with.
So I
with
believe
what?
what we've done is would be considered like a self-assessment.
We did, right. we
And
did
then there's a next step, which is a
a formal one.
like a
Yeah,
formal
Yeah.
transition plan where you hire
Who does that?
Oh, you got.
They have,
Town?
it's like consulting firms that
Right.
you hire to come in and do it.
Hmm,
To tell you my door doesn't work.
okay.
What's that?
To tell me the door doesn't work. No, but there's a process.
$1,000.
No, I mean,
No.
it's, yeah.
It's a professional.
I mean, that's not to say that we have to wait for that whole process to make corrections. I just want to make sure that,
No, but that's a
doesn't-
qualifying factor, is it, for the grant? Is that what?
Yes.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
yeah,
So, but the whole idea of the CAM report was to get an assessment, right? And then if we can internally fix things that aren't that expensive, that would be better, because then we can focus our money on other things, when we do a grant. Instead of having it on transition, we could probably do it on,
yeah, I mean,
Just
we
step up,
do
right.
need to figure out a
Right.
transition plan.
Right,
And I
right.
acknowledge that. I just,
And the reason being, we don't have a transition plan for the property is because it's embedded in each department. Whereas open spaces, parks and recreation is separate. And that's what I was on. I was on the ad hoc committee for about a year and a half. And that's why we have all this information, which we don't have to be repeating again. And go and, assess those buildings, or not those buildings, but those parks. And the
those
restaurants.
facilities.
Those
yeah.
facilities, yeah. So, yeah, as we're learning, as we're going along, I mean, we're just a young group here. So that's good. So Sarah's gonna follow up on the Chamber of Commerce.
Bathroom door.
The sticky bathroom door.
I remember there was when you guys did the door, there was a pressure on the spring. And I think they tried to fix it, but it's just,
You're talking about the other outer door?
no, the bathroom door.
And what about it?
Remember there was a way you could measure the pressure?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's the guy.
That's what still needs to be taken care of.
It probably needs a new spring, that's all.
Cause
I don't-
what are we gonna do to encourage?
I'll
No, no,
follow
no,
up
they-
with the facility.
So
person.
they
Yeah.
looked at it. It's just still really, really hard for
Okay.
people to open.
Okay,
Eventually what it needs is one of the handicapped accessible buttons put on that door.
Sarah, could you remind me of the name of the facility supervisor?
Robert Nelson?
Right, we met him and talked to him. and
Yeah.
He was really good, yeah,
No,
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah.
but he wouldn't mind hearing about that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
he's
No, and
very-
He's a good guy, yeah.
No, and
Yeah.
they were literally there the next day. to
Yeah.
open the Front door.
So,
So they were.
Yeah,
They're
they were,
kinda
I don't wanna,
responsive.
yeah, I don't want, what I'm
So-
saying, so truly, it just, I don't want you to think I'm like blowing you off, Jean. It really is like that he felt like he had a handle on it, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It wasn't like I'm just
But
saying,
it's
oh, you
okay
don't
to
need
say-
do that, you know what I mean? But he really truly was engaged in the process. He said
Yeah.
he had all the reports, he,
we spoke to him and
So-
I spoke to him a lot and we
yeah,
talked a lot about that pressure thing and all that stuff. He is a good
yeah,
guy, so
yeah.
mind hearing
No, not at all.
And
And I'm
he-
happy to touch base with
us,
you.
yeah, he
Yeah.
needs to hear that, yeah.
At one point at the senior center, where there are no signs for parking, but the ground has a symbol, which doesn't really mean anything. You could never cite someone on parking there unless it has a stand-up sign. And at one point shortly after, they had these temporary signs like in a bucket of sand.
Mhm.
And I thought, wow, great. Then they disappeared and haven't seen them since. So
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going on there.
I thought, I saw parking signs as you drive in. Were you talking about the side or something?
Oh, they have a ton of accessible parking
The
there.
whole side,
Like the
You mean
mobile first.
So where the watching quarters?
where all the parking is.
That whole row.
And then, yeah.
I saw signs there.
There's some on the actual ground, on the pavement, but there's no,
you know where there are signs around the rear.
Oh, okay, all right.
And that's where they go into the kitchen and do whatever. But
I saw
for the people that go to the center, there are no signs.
Right. I'm not very observant, I guess.
I'll ask about that too.
Okay, so that's the parking signs. Okay, sure.
Jean, was there anything else, can you recall if there was anything else that was like, you would call like a high priority item?
Not really. Just that the senior center seems to need a lot of attention. Many of their doors, walking out, there wasn't smooth gravel. Remember in the front and the side doors? And I think there, with everyone on a cane or a walker, that maybe they should make that a priority.
Also, I think they should rethink about the entrance and the side. It's really kind of steep. Now, it wouldn't be steep for people just to normally walk, but when you have a walker or you have a cane or you have a knee problem and you can't walk, it's very difficult and it's not that much of a degrees either. So that, you know, but that would have to be really all taken, that would have to be taken out and then put back in again, because it is not, and in the wintertime, it's even a little bit slippery. And that's where they drop off the bus, right? And people go in a lot, and all the, you know, and all the, you know, the elderly go down. So that's something that we should probably think about too.
Right.
That would be important, definitely, yeah. If somebody gets hurt. Okay, so are we all finished with that, Jean, for now?
I'm good.
On that, I think. Do you have anything?
Okay. So Mary. Has anything gone on lately with the e-blast or anything like that?
We sent it out, so that would have been in June we sent it out.
June.
Yeah, and so normally our newsletters have a 42% open rate, which is exceptional. And I will be honest, I did not look at the open rate of
I
that.
can't hear you, I'm sorry.
I did not look at the click-through rate on that
Okay,
article, but it
okay.
did go out in the newsletter.
Okay, so June newsletter, you know, okay, good, all right. Now, does anybody respond back to you or just like, it just goes out, that's it?
No, and it just goes out, but we can look on the back end. You guys know this, to, you know, look at the open rate, how many people opened up the newsletter, how many people clicked on each link, which there was a link going to the full article. So I can get those stats and see how many people actually click through on the article.
Okay,
So we know how many people looked at it.
because you know, what I was thinking was like, if I owned a business,
Mhm.
okay, and I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, I would be very interested in having some kind of a symbol saying that I have, you know, accessibility in my shop or whatever
Right.
I am, right?
Yep.
Because when I go out, I have to be very careful where I go. I have to find out, it has to be ground floor. I mean, you know, or maybe one step.
Right.
And it's kind of limited sometimes, like especially like, you know, if you want your hair done, or if you want to do your nails or anything like that. So maybe what we can do is incorporate something like that in the e-blast. And, but I wouldn't say do it now. I think what we need to do is we need to figure out how we're gonna do it. And then we present the whole project, but it's just a thought.
Yeah.
It's just a thought.
No, we've talked about that.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Yeah, now. This is a government publication. Mary was nice enough to run off 30 copies for us. The question now is, how do we distribute it? Should we leave them maybe at the chamber, with Sarah or the building department? And if someone has questions, give it to
Let
them.
me ask you a question. What
It's
is it?
ADA guide for
They're
small
great.
businesses.
That's awesome.
Okay, so the
Very nice.
ADA guide for small
Thank you.
businesses,
Oh,
wouldn't it
Jean,
be
that found
better
it.
to give it to small businesses?
Well,
Yeah.
that's what she's saying. How, what
She's
would be the
wanting
best
to
way to distribute them?
Okay, well, no, I didn't understand. Okay. So,
Terrific.
thank you. Thank you.
And you sent it to me electronically.
Yes.
So,
Oh, yeah, this is good. Yeah. Good. Thank you, Mary. This is, good.
I had called,
You know what I think we could do? I have an idea before I forget it. I think we should hold off on this a little bit. And I think we should use this as part of our gold standard for the businesses that would like to be involved in, you know, having that gold standard, and then we give it, we could give them, you know, out to them, or we could visit them or whatever and thank them. What do you think about that?
Yeah,
Basics.
Instead of leaving it around, I think we should be a little bit more careful because, you know, you want to really like,
Well,
use it as a segue.
I would say, I mean, even if someone's applying to have a business in Yarmouth, I don't
That's
know.
perfect.
I don't know what Mark hands out, like if it's something,
That would be
you
good.
know, because this is going through everything to make sure you're in compliance.
Yeah,
And
That's a
so,
good idea.
you know, I don't know if Mark would be interested in having it, our building commissioner.
Very good idea. Yeah.
Because then people know it's like, okay, I really need to think about this for my customers coming in.
So that's a good start. Yeah. That's
I
great.
mean,
I
so,
was also thinking of our next project being restaurants. And either, well, in Barnstable, we did a booklet, but now in this modern day, we could have a website where we just put all the information, how accessible is entrance, do they have a bathroom? Can wheelchairs get under the tables, etc. So if we did all the restaurants in town as the next thing, and maybe we could hand these out too. It's something we need to think about and talk about.
so there's a great resource in town. So Yarmouth has the only local restaurant association in the entire Commonwealth.
Oh,
called
really?
The Yarmouth Restaurant Association. And we work closely with
Yes.
them.
That'd be
There's only
great.
one gentleman and he's sometime soon looking to retire, so the chamber's working with him. And so every year they do what are required trainings of the restaurant owners to attend because of the alcohol service.
Mm,
And so every single restaurant has to be there, I think either annually or biannually. So when they do that training in the spring, this is a good opportunity to be able to hand those out.
Mhm.
So I want to make sure I get this now. People physically gather
They have to be there.
and it has to be an in-person thing.
50 or 60 of them are usually.
So what an opportunity. Yeah.
And
Is there a
we're-
name of is there a name of the organization?
Yarmouth Restaurant Association.
Is this in the spring,
Yes.
you say?
And the other
Okay.
place this might be beneficial is to contractors,
was the what, I'm sorry, can you?
contractors.
Yeah, I was thinking.
But you know, they
you're
have,
saying-
they, like my husband and I, when we owned our own contracting business, we already knew all this because it's.
Yeah,
to
cause
your
when you're
point of-
contracting, they
Remember
have
you
to
brought that up?
comply.
Yes.
Correct.
That's the thing, when they're making changes, they have to.
And they already know
Yeah.
what those changes are.
Right.
And I just wanted to show this is the booklet we had in Barnstable, and it's like over 10 years old at this point. But it lists the restaurants and says what their specialty is, the parking, the entrance, the seating, the restrooms. So we could keep this in mind and probably develop a website where
Right.
they can be known as well.
Yeah, I think we could create that as a PDF and put it.
That's a
in
good
our
idea.
page.
Yeah.
So can
And
I,
that way, if it needed to be updated, it could be updated. It wouldn't have to be something
Right,
that's printed,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
That's a good, really good
I
idea.
would think too, I mean, so we have almost 400 members, okay, of the chamber. So it would be interesting. We're about to do a survey to our membership in the fall.
Put that in it.
You know, even ask the question if you're ADA compliant, right? Which I would think most would, but some are grandfathered.
Right.
But just to even be able to put that symbol on their listing on our website, that's like an easy thing
Mhm.
for us to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then. people,
Seal of
you know,
approval,
Right,
as it were.
it's like,
Yeah.
I like that accessible night.
Yeah.
So then, should we think of the spring when they have that restaurant meeting? And that could be our kickoff?
Yeah, I mean, I can talk to Murph, so
Okay.
that's his name, Thomas Murphy is the,
Yeah.
That sounds,
I could easily, I might enjoy like going to a meeting like that, explaining it,
yeah.
helping to explain it to the group. If
Right.
they're up for it, yeah.
And a lot of them have owned businesses for 30 years, so they know that that's their customer base and they need.
It's something that
Mhm.
we're the only one in the state, huh? That's amazing, isn't it?
Yep.
That really is something else.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
Maybe it's all because of the fellow Murph, huh, that it exists?
Yeah,
Is that-
it seems like something you could even expand on, you know, with all the hotels in town,
Bells, yeah.
you know.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah, the restaurants are a beast in their own, like, and
Yeah.
so they have so much to comply with, and that's why. It's just like you have the Massachusetts Restaurant Association, like, there's. You know, restaurants, for whatever reason, have,
I was just thinking from an accessibility.
oh,
standpoint,
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, if you could go beyond just restaurants to say like, this hotel has X amount of accessible rooms as an example.
Right.
You know what I mean, or whatever.
yeah,
That's important too. That is,
Yeah.
and the parking too.
Just with all
Yeah.
the hotels we have.
yeah, we had an incident at the chamber, I don't say an incident, but a few weeks ago, a couple had come to Yarmouth for like 20 years. To this hotel and always had a handicapped accessible room on the water. And new management, not new ownership, but management. And when they showed up, they didn't have their usual room. So the woman explained, you know, I have a disability, I need that particular room, and they would not give it to her.
Wow.
Really?
And I was shocked that the management handled it that way.
You know, that management, I don't want to say reasoning, but excuse.
I didn't, because I was only getting the consumer's point of view, because she called up after and just.
I mean,
told
what's the
them.
difference? You're a consumer, you're still.
No, I know, but she had
No,
just
no, I'm
contacted,
saying,
and
yeah,
it, for
but they're
me,
thinking, yeah.
you know, at the time, I didn't know who the staff member was that she talked to. I was just told it was management. It wasn't a particular person that I could call and talk to that was gonna
Yeah.
answer my question. So,
Yeah.
but it was unfortunate.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah,
They were just discriminated against.
that's kind of how it felt to me. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Horrible.
But then again, maybe they use that room for something else. It could have been, it could have been converted to, like a resort, you know, gathering where they're having functions and stuff like that. It's like, you know, the water
It's
view.
hard to marry
So we
someone
don't know.
without having all the information.
You know, we don't have
Yeah.
all the information, right?
And
So you
that
really
woman
don't know,
would've
you know?
just assumed that she was getting the same room and didn't say a word because that was the room she got for 20 years. And now that she has new management, they have no idea who she was, right? Like,
And they may have
Booked
put
it.
someone else there.
Exactly.
Not
Yeah, they're
knowing,
just knowing,
so.
right?
But they are required to have a certain number of rooms based on their
That's
total.
right.
right, but
That's right.
when she made the reservations, if she didn't say I have a
Oh,
disability, then
absolutely. She would
that's.
have had to. Yeah.
So there were too many factors for us to
Yeah,
get.
yeah,
Right.
right. So you can't jump to conclusions. I hope somebody's writing all this down because this is great information. I've been writing it
Yeah.
down, but I can't. Okay.
So that would almost be a situation where it'd be nice to delegate that to an authority that could step in.
Well, just follow up with the
Exactly.
management to.
Exactly
Yeah.
what transpired here.
Which leads me to something else down the road, and I'll
I
explain.
want to interject something. Now,
Sure.
in terms of writing this down. I was the clerk. I'm not the clerk anymore, am I?
They do it.
No, we agreed to like, remember we agreed to rotate it, so Jessica's doing
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you're doing it today? I panicked there for a second.
I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Right, I panicked. Yeah. Okay. We rotated. I do remember that. Yeah.
But, John,
Thank you.
Thanks, Jessica.
Sure. Trying to, it's hard to discern like, okay, what's important, what needs to be
Yeah,
notes and what
it
doesn't,
is,
but-
yeah.
So it's
10 years ago.
mostly the motions and votes
Mhm.
and, you know,
And the overview.
like an
And-
overview of
Yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah.
It's
Me in my
not-
head, everything is important, so I'm gonna write everything
Yeah,
down, and you're
well-
gonna have some minutes to go through.
Yeah. So you can look at, what might be helpful is to look at some of the past minutes.
Yeah, I was
and-
going to do
and
that.
see.
Yeah. It's not easy getting thrown into it. That's
They're
why we're
usually
just
like
trying
a
to
couple
help, you know what I mean?
pages, you know.
No,
The
I think
table
it's
meeting.
good for everybody to have the opportunity to do it.
I think so too. I think it gives
can't
us.
wait.
I have.
I spoke up.
Wasn't sarcasm, was
Do
it?
the minutes at the meeting.
It's an art unto itself. Sarah's kind of an expert at it, I think, because of experience. Don't you think so, Sarah? No,
I think Drew is.
no.
Drew is-
It's not-
Yeah.
You gotta leave early.
Seen it before.
So you guys all done? Okay, you're on. So can I make a comment, Mary, before we go on to the next part of the agenda? Any future e-blasts, Mary, if you could email me a copy, is that possible?
Mhm.
And also bring it with you next time. You could share it with the members so we could see what's going on. That's kind of cool.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, thank you. So next section is on the open spaces, parks and recreation. And this is the OSPR. About a year and a half ago, like I said, I was assigned as the YCOD liaison to the town's 2023 Open Spaces and Parks Transition Plans Ad Hoc Committee. Those who are not
Pretty
familiar
cool.
with transition plans,
Yeah.
it's intended to help make transition back to the community as healthy and productive as possible by developing specific actions and/or strategies designed to address individual needs. Within the 2023
That was really nice.
OSPI transition plan in an ADA section, it outlines concerns in regards to the Disability Commission. And here is the report that I was
Almost like down or something like this.
Here's the report that I would like to just share with everybody. This is a section of the transition. The transition plan is like over 200, 300 pages. It's everything. So this is basically 5 pages long. That's all. And what it does, what it is that it goes through like the different facilities or parks or beaches, like Seagull Beach, and then it explains what needs to be done, if the bathrooms need to be addressed, or if the benches or whatever, or the Moby, mats. So this is all done and it's current. So because that happened, we don't need to go out and do any of this. So our CAM project is completed. So that's a good thing. So if anybody wants a copy of this, okay, what I'm gonna do is, maybe Sarah, you can scan it and then email everybody. Is that possible?
Sure.
That's great.
Can I peruse it for a second?
Absolutely.
Curious.
Please pass this over to you, John.
Gail, it tells you it
Thank you.
needs to be done. And do they have a plan
Yes,
for,
yeah, they have like a projection plan.
Oh.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you know if I need a Moby chair? How, do they keep them at the beach
Okay,
next to the lifeguard?
what's going on with that is they, first of all, they did a great job with reworking the website, like you Google. You can Google Yarmouth, Moby, and right away, the town of Yarmouth comes up. What comes up is all the information, how to obtain it. Sometimes they have them at beaches, sometimes they don't, if they don't have storage, okay? They will, if you call, they will bring it to the beach, okay? And the other thing about it is that it also has, I guess, the information about they're not rentals, but they have to get the person's license and their charge that MasterCard or whatever to keep on file, because these are very expensive equipment. So it is very easily accessible to everybody.
Why wouldn't
Nice.
they keep the Mobies at the beach?
Because in the evening, where are they going to put them? They can't
Well-
leave them there.
I'm just thinking of, the street department, the trucks go around for different things. Why couldn't they drop them in the morning and pick them up at night?
It's just.
They do, bring some there, they do bring them, but what I'm saying is that they seem to have this under control. I talked to Anthony, and really, there is no problem. Nobody's, saying, oh my gosh, I have to wait forever. No, we have 12 of them. It's,
It just requires a little bit of planning to.
I mean,
You just, it's kind of like a rental. I mean, there isn't a cost to it. It's just like you
Right,
pay a deposit just in case something, there's damage.
And they're huge. You can't like have, you can't have like a whole bunch of them over there.
No,
People
no,
typically
one or
request them.
two
But they do, they have them.
at the,
The best thing to do is.
Where
drive-
there's storage, right? Where there's storage, they're stored at the beach, but
Where
where
there's-
there is
right,
not storage,
right.
they're not stored. at the
Right,
beach.
right. I mean, I don't go to the beach, so I don't know, okay, but if anybody goes to the beach, take a look at the lifeguard chairs and see if there's there. I mean, I don't know, you know, what I mean,
at one point I was told that you would have to pick it up.
So there have been, just because our office is the same place, there have been people where they have to request it, and then they have the option to pick it up or it will get delivered.
Mhm.
And we've seen families where they come and get it themselves.
yeah, because they want it right away or whatever, it's convenient.
And even some
it
of the
breaks
hotels
down.
have requested them for people staying at their. So I was looking, I was looking in particular for one beach, because where we have our summer concert series. A few weeks ago, we had two individuals with wheelchairs. And they couldn't get to in front of the stage at the beach, and they came, I had gone up and talked to them prior. And I,
What beach was this?
Parker's River. And they could, there's no Moby map there, so they couldn't get to be in front of the stage.
Ask you a question before you, because I forget things. If there were a Moby mat, could there be one, or they have to clean the beach all the time, so they couldn't have that there permanently?
No, so that's the interesting part about Parker's River Beach. So up the parking lot, and it goes to sand. Then there's a
Grass.
concrete, no, there's no, well,
That's gone.
it's
now.
concrete with benches and then stairs downstairs. So there's a whole portion where there's sand. Where they can look over the beach. They can never go down to the beach because of the, the stairs, but they couldn't even get on the sand above the beach, if you understand.
You know
beach.
what we could have done? We could have used the Moby chairs. And for that particular thing, we don't have the wheelchair ones, but the Moby chairs would work perfectly because they go on sand without the mat.
Yeah, but it's just, it says accessible pass to area above beach, and it's not accessible if you're in a wheelchair or on a cane. It's.
That says that right there on there. Would you put it like a big circle or something and we could figure out?
And it's just, knowing someone, again, if you're in a
Right,
wheelchair. and stuff,
exactly.
That's.
And put your initials there so I know what we're doing, please. Thank you.
Right. Sorry, not to like totally get off track here, but I'm going to, because I realized we didn't put a topic on the tracker update, and we did have an inquiry this month that we didn't put on here, and that was, we had a woman that contacted us through the website, and she wanted to know,
Yeah.
she received approval from her private beach association to purchase a Moby mat, and she wanted to know if we had any leads on where to get them.
No.
And so we were able to, through, our Parks Department, we were able to get her the information as to where we ordered and the cost and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of like opened, it's a tracker that sort of got opened and closed right away.
Yeah,
but
that's why.
I think it's just good for people to know that we
Yeah.
did get that inquiry and we were able to help her, and she was really appreciative of it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Add that to it because I, you took care of it, so I just didn't even bother.
Yeah, which is fine.
No,
it just-
that's a good idea.
As we were talking about the Moby mats, I'm like, oh, we didn't even.
So a resident actually did that on one of the beaches?
She was a private, it's a
Oh.
private beach.
Oh.
And
Nice.
their beach association, approved getting
Them to
one.
put,
Yeah.
that's great.
So she was just trying to arrange for that and wanted some information. So
I'll
we
put it
were-
on there. All right,
That's great.
thank you. All right, so,
I think we're on goals.
I guess we're all finished with that. That's great. Okay, cool. Can we like maybe? Is it possible?
Yeah, it's like kind of one of those things that's either like on or off. So I usually try to just do it one like degree at a time because
Doc, I guess you must be. It's
Otherwise-
chilly in here, huh?
Well, otherwise it'll,
Stuffy.
Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. That's what I want to do. Okay. So the next item on the agenda is, let's see. 2024-2025 initiative goals and outlines. If you could please pass this around to everybody, and I'll take a few of these, I'll go on that side. See, it's. One.
There you go.
And
Carol.
I have to. Yes, because this one is. Yeah. What I thought I'd do is I had come up with some kind of creative ideas. And I just wanted to run it by everybody. And I'm gonna go through it. And then, we don't have to make any determination right now. But it's something that what I see will be from you. The first one is called Building Bridges Between YCOD and Citizens. And all our members would be involved. We would advertise the message below on a poster boards and bookmarks, distribute within the town of Yarmouth. Example, town-owned buildings, citizen, the buildings, schools, local shopping stores, churches, post office, libraries, non-profit organization, other sites. And it could also include the membership drive. And the vision would be that we would focus on, that we would carry through even to the milestone that will bring us back to, and I kind of explain it, to if citizens would contact us through the tracker, then we can have some kind of a dialogue with everybody, like open communication. So it would be something like our vision: the town of Yarmouth will always be a welcoming community that emphasizes integration, inclusion, and accessibility for all, building bridges between YCOD and citizens. YCOD wants to partner with people with disabilities and town residents to make their voices heard in town affairs. See something, say something. Report an issue or have a question. Go to www, Yarmouth, blah, blah, blah. YCOD is your source. I thought that this would be something that we could carry through as a slogan, and also to, get the people. We're hearing from people, but not enough. I want to hear from more people. That's what I would like. That's what we're here for, right? And what we've heard in the past, we've taken care of. We've done a lot of great things. So anybody have any comments about the first initiative that I would like to?
See something and say something isn't that the Yarmouth Police Department?
I don't know.
yeah, I was thinking that someone else uses that.
Oh, I don't
already.
know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a brand of something.
Actually, I had to make a phone call over there once, and then I was questioning about doing something, and they said, see something, say something.
Well,
Oh, okay.
that's something that's not, it's not just for any,
It's not
like,
stamped there,
right. And we could say, if you see something, say something. But I didn't know that. I just want people to know that we exist.
Yeah.
And we don't really have very many ways of doing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to take advantage of posters.
You know where that, I just found out where that,
and security.
Okay, so it doesn't matter, right?
that's
If you see something, say something. I remember seeing it on the T and stuff.
it's a good slogan, but it might be a little confusing because it is a national thing that
Right.
sort of been put into everybody's mind
Tenny.
by the, anti-terrorist.
We're gonna think of something
Yeah, that
else,
too.
okay.
Yeah.
Does that? The police?
Yeah.
Homeland-
I guess a lot of people say
But
it.
Yeah.
say something is
Oh.
really, it's like,
It's random.
like Coca-Cola. It's not really, you can't keep it.
No, I think the thing is that it's connected,
I understand that.
right?
Copy.
So I don't think people will associate it as stepping up. If
There's
you
a
see
connection.
Something that has
Yeah.
to do with a disability,
Well, I
It's gonna
ran it
be-
by a person and they thought it would.
Yeah, it might be a good.
My one and only individual who, her daughter has a severe.
I think
brain
the
condition.
concept is good. I
Yes.
think keep going, Gail, and let people.
All right.
You know.
We'll
think
chew
about
that
it.
over
We're
for-
not Voting on anything.
That's right, that's
today.
right.
The
So come up with
concept is
something
good,
else.
yes.
All right.
One of the significant factors.
So
with-
number 2 is the membership drive. Again, it's the same kind of thought process. Citizens partner with YCOD. I will be glad to take this on, and I'm gonna ask Mary if she can be my partner in this, only because you have access to what I can't do.
Oh.
That is the computer stuff. I can do all the creative stuff. I'll write everything down, I'll glue it all, and then, you know, I only need probably like maybe, you know, that little part of it.
Mhm.
And your words of wisdom when you say, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Would you like to do that with me?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. And I have something that I want to show you. Because what I didn't have time. But I thought this was very cool. You see this right here? I did an investigation about what is this color? It's ombre, the blues, right? And I said, what is this, you know, like disability? What color would be known as the disability color, right? And it is the blues.
Hmm.
So I said, I'd like to use this as my background. And I'll put it together and then you guys can vote on it and come up with something that's very sophisticated. I don't want, you know, I want something a little bit more classy. So I thought and I love the colors. It's so pretty and it's the Cape colors. So anyway, so that's what, you know, I ran out of time, but the whole idea is on the mission drive, this is important, the membership drive. We want to really attract volunteers. You have to be really clearly articulate, and I don't really speak well, but in my mind, I know what I want. Getting it out is kind of hard. That's why I put it on paper. But the whole idea is, what's the purpose of the Disability Commission? That's number one. And this is only for us. It's not to give to people. So, and it's basically what's in our procedures, you know, and it's to cause a full integration and et cetera. I don't have to go into that. But the level of commitment, this is important because what I'm finding is when I'm talking to people, you know, I can see that they look at me and wonder, how long is this going to be? And so I'm thinking the level of commitment is important. And so we need to involve and tell them. Members assist the chair, and this is what we want to tell them. Members assist the chair and vice chair with initiatives and goals. Time spent is based on a member's interest, talent, and availability. It's not what we dictate to them, it's what they can give to us. We will take whatever they can give us. Time spent is based on members I just said that. All members are required to attend the monthly meeting. That is important. And it generally is held on the second Thursday of the month at Town Hall between 3 and 4:30. We welcome all and encourage persons with disabilities to get involved and extend an invitation to their family members. All members are to be Yarmouth registered voters. We have to qualify that. We are a friendly, fun group and passionate about the mission. We encourage coming to a few meetings and see if YCOD is your passion. And this is something that the members can visit. I found this information out on this website, so you can look that up. So that is another idea. Any questions on that one or any thoughts? Yes.
Daniel,
I have
carrot.
an update that's
Combine the two.
relative to that. I
Bring food.
was,
hors d'oeuvres.
between meetings one evening and I saw Mark Smith, who is the superintendent of the DY school district. And so I was talking to him for a few minutes and I was asking him how we could recruit family members, you know, through the school and, you know, for this committee and, you know, primarily with the focus being on family members of someone that has a disability, you know, all that kind of stuff. So he gave me his card, asked me to send him an email. And that was probably like I don't know, a month or so ago. And then just this week, I sent him an email that day or the next day, but then just this week, he sent me a follow-up message and said, I'm sending a, communication out to all of our families, and I've put a little, a little blurb in there about the Commission on Disability and your need for
Oh, good.
volunteers, so.
Oh, that's great.
Haven't heard anything yet. Fingers crossed, but I was.
Start.
But
really
that's a
appreciative
baby
of
step.
that,
That's
yeah.
good. That's
Yep.
awesome.
So,
That's great.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay, super. Sarah's even working when she's not working. I love it.
well, it was
Thank
funny,
you,
I was
Sarah.
leaving a meeting and he was in the hallway and they were waiting to go in and I was like,
I have a moment.
yeah.
And so that's the second one, right? Okay. The third one is, the CAM report updates public accommodation initiative. That's Jean and Mary. Now, this is something that, we had talked about earlier. And I don't know how we're gonna, if we want to, resolve this. But this is track town work progress. CAM initiative will be on every meeting tracker until all work has been completed. We have to keep that in the forefront.
Yep.
We don't have to push them, but we have to know what's going on. We want them to know that we want to know. Kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like a two-way street. So follow-up is important. Mary, both Jean and Drew did an excellent job, and, we want to see it through. So anyway,
Nice.
and I think the person who would be best to do this, if she would be willing, is Jean Boyle. You don't have to write any lists or anything like that, but you would be like the liaison. You'd be the person that they would contact and just say, this is done. And then bring it to our attention. That way Sarah doesn't have to get involved in that. We have Sarah for other things. I'm just trying to.
No, I'm
appreciative.
happy to.
I know you are, but
facilitate whatever.
I know, but
Sometimes I
think
need
it's-
a little nudge, so
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
well,
too.
no, but I think it's a good idea to have members involved, because
Yeah.
that's what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, cool.
I just want to comment
Okay,
on all the good work that Drew has done on this project as well. I just want to make sure that doesn't get left out because he was Jean's partner for this project, and
I had
think
that
he
door
was-
measuring thing.
I think he was in,
You
I
did.
think he was crawling on the floor and and things like that. So I just don't want that to get lost. in-
well, it wasn't gonna get lost. It was gonna be said later. on.
Oh, okay, sorry. Couldn't you just do
That's
it?
okay. It's gonna be said later on. But anyway. Because I just wanted to go through this before we get into, all the other stuff, okay? So, basically, as we all know, a public accommodation and commercial facilities, Title III. And it just explains everything to everybody, just in case somebody here doesn't know that. We have a new member, and it'd be good that he can see that, he understands that too. So that's basically what the CAM report is all
Is that
about,
you?
public accommodation. What?
I said, is that you?
That's him. And here is some email sites that you can visit, okay? So get familiar with that. Any questions on that? Okay, cool. Right, and we did an extensive thing anyway. Earlier on the public communications and, all this good stuff, things like that. This will fall into that. Great. Number 4 is an unexpected friendship. This is something that I think is just a wonderful story coloring book. We gave over 850 to the DY students, and the new turnaround of kids are coming in the year. I believe it's 25, 26 from pre-K to 3rd graders. So so we will not be have to duplicate anybody. We're going to be touching all new kids. That'll be cool.
Yep.
And this will be the 2nd edition. I spoke to the authors, the young authors, and they are very happy that we're going to do that. And they're going to make some little enhancements. I said, that's fine. And also, they, gave me permission that I can do this, because I made sure they copywritten that. I wanted them to be protected. They worked really hard on it and they did a great job. And she, and the gal, Casey, she is now in her master's degree for education, and she got a full boat fellowship.
Great.
So she's, yeah, right, right. And this was very helpful. This actually, this book, and I knew it would. I knew that, you know, is, so I said, you can use this now. It's very professional and it'd be good for you. And so it was wonderful. I do need one person to handle one thing. Calling the school superintendent's office, and now I found out who he is, to get approval of the book and the number of students in each class, and to help design and write, oh, I forgot to bring the book with me, an article for the backside of the book. I did the last one, just giving everybody thanks and praise and things of that nature. We do need to update that. That's not going to be a big deal, but I really would like to get that off my plate and then just work with somebody. And I'll take care of all the logistics from the beginning to the end. And that's quite a bit. But I can do it so quickly because I know what I'm doing. So it's not a big deal. And if anybody wants to do it with me so that they learn, so that, you know, it is a good idea to teach other people because, you know, I'm not going to be around forever. You know, so whoever is working with me, if they, you know, they don't have to do the work, but I can go through it or I can make a list. So the time frame for this is really important. I had to think about this really hard. You have to distribute the books. Will probably be during the National Educational Week of November 2026. That's when they did it last time, was during that National Educational Week. But everything was all shut down. It was in COVID. So we really didn't get to see the kids' faces, smiles. We couldn't even participate. So it was really like, it was dropped off, but there was no advertising of what we did. So now we have a chance to bring it to the forefront again and to raise, you know, elevate us as a good committee. So I need everything completed by August of 2026, which is a year off, right? So we're not talking, you know, around the corner.
It's 2 years,
2026 or 2025?
right? Because that's 2 years,
That's
2020.
2 years.
because it's 2020.
Wait a minute, what are we in?
Right now.
Okay, 2024, okay, yeah, 2020, see, I get confused about years, okay, 2025, so it's
It is
2025.
2025.
Yeah, it's 2025. You know what it is, it's the fiscal year, 2025 to 2026, that's where I am, okay, thank you.
Are you contacting the school superintendent from Massachusetts or just Yarmouth?
Just Yarmouth.
DY, yeah.
Do I-
Yeah.
Would it make sense? to
What we
possibly
do is
contact-
this, I'm sorry?
Would it make sense to maybe throw it out to Massachusetts?
Oh, I'm gonna talk about that after,
Oh, okay,
that's the next thing.
gotcha.
Gotcha, yeah. So the 2025, yeah, that's what it is. Which is probably pretty fast now.
Mhm.
I think about it.
Right on the corner.
We're in 2024.
Well, 15 months.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, shoot. Okay, good.
You got a year.
All right, and I do have all the budget stuff information, but I'm gonna do that next month. I didn't do it this month. Okay, I'll propose everything, bring it to the committee, you guys look at it, and then we'll give it to Sarah, and then she takes it from there. Okay. The last one is grant application. All members should be involved. We should learn about grants on our own. These two websites can answer many of your questions. A workshop meeting will be scheduled in the near future, just to go over things and understand what a grant is and what we do. And I found these sites to be interesting, so that's why I threw that in there. So that's my proposal for the initiative and goals and the outline. And I just want to follow up with anybody that has any ideas or any thoughts, please bring it to the forefront next month and give you a vision and how you're going to execute it so that we have an understanding. So if you want to add to it or just.
Remember last year we did a goals, didn't we do a sheet? I took a template.
We did it with the CAM, didn't we? Or did we do it that? I don't remember.
No, I thought we did it with the
What was
goals
the goal?
for last year. I put it in a table.
Did put something in a table, I honestly can't remember.
I thought it was the goals.
I thought it was the CAM.
I didn't do anything with the
Yeah,
camp.
you did. You did the goals for the CAM, the community access monitoring. You did the whole thing.
I did.
Yeah,
I think that might be what the, chart was for.
yeah. And we used that
I thought it
chart.
was for the goals.
That was a goal. That was the goal for that initiative.
Oh,
That's what you did, yes. You confused me.
Glad there's someone else that forgets.
what's that?
I'm glad there's someone else that forgets.
We all forget, you kidding me? Okay. So what do you guys think about probably, like coming?
Be really
ideas
nice.
Like that.
Crossed my mind is one of the biggest problems that we're running into.
Could you please speak up a little? I must be
Sure.
going deaf.
One of the difficulties that I believe that we'll run into with dealing with business, public and things like that is money. Everything's money, money, money. It's all driven by money. So my thought was, if we could take this grant option, and even the workshop, and make it a mission for each person to write a grant, whether they get it or not, doesn't matter. But we could generate a budget yearly that we were giving to restaurants to update their CAM or anything that needs to be modified. Whereas in the past, people look at that modification and they go, uh-oh, where am I coming up with this money to modify this? If we provide it through the grants, it's a win-win. Now they're gonna be coming to us ASAP. If we create a budget each year of 20,000, 50,000, $1 million, whatever it is.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't
Well,
understand.
we take the budget. And let's say we put
When you say- wait a
60,000.
minute, when you say taking a budget, what do you mean?
We don't have a budget.
Correct.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah,
So what I'm saying is, we're gonna apply for these grants. Take that grant money and say every year, we wanna try and obtain, let's say, $200,000. Now, with that $200,000 grant money, each restaurant, business, or individual that needs to upgrade can take that budget money of $200,000, first come, first serve, and use it to modify whatever they need to get done. Versus right now, people look at it and they go, uh-oh, money, I have to spend money to fix something because it is a violation or it's not up to code or whatever. If we can create the board providing funds for these restaurants through the grants.
I think your challenge is gonna be
Finding that grant money,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think the challenge is gonna be
That's right.
putting it through a municipality. Putting a grant program then means having a staff member, which means somebody has to manage the grant, somebody has to,
Make sure it's,
But also it's finding a grant, finding a source of getting that money is.
Well, that.
The grants that we were talking about earlier were for
yeah.
through Massachusetts Office on Disability to do. Get the town buildings accessible.
But
But I don't know what money's out there.
I like that idea. You know what,
But that,
John, that's why we need to have a workshop and discuss this. And possibly, maybe you can be the forefront.
facilitating.
Yes, and just look it over because, there are ways of probably doing this and that would be awesome to help,
I know, I
well,
understand. that
there's a
federal
small
part.
business grant, there is,
Mhm.
so getting that more visibility, that
Following all
we
the
would, it
guidelines,
wouldn't
sure.
go through us
Or
necessarily,
even
but.
if we don't even do the grant, approach it, but we can get the information and give it to the business owners and let them do it probably. What do you think, Mary?
so I used to be a professional grant writer. And so there's lots of things to think about when you do a grant.
That's why we
program.
need to have a workshop because,
Yeah.
I'd like to hear what Mary's got to say about the
Yeah.
basics of this. Go ahead.
And so, You could do something really unique where you have a 501c3 that manages the money in the grants and they qualify for. So when you're talking about businesses, right? You could have a nonprofit that writes the grant, so it doesn't have to be for municipal properties, because now you're talking private property, right? Which states don't like to fund
Yeah,
a business because that should be their responsibility to make it in compliance.
Right.
However, I do understand where there's businesses that have hardships, right? And then they could apply for it. So I think there could be funding out there.
So you're saying the mechanism would be you create this other body of 501, C3, which is a,
Nonprofit, right? It could.
and they would administer
They
the
could
grant.
do anything like that, but they could, I don't know if they have, but there's entities that could, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. So you could have something like a chamber couldn't do it, we're a 501c6, so we're what they call a not-for-profit. But
Okay.
many of us have foundations underneath us. Or someone like the Yarmouth Restaurant Association, right? They could have, they're a 501c3, they could apply for the grants and then have mini grants for restaurants to be able to comply.
nice.
And they qualify for federal, state, local money. So there's grants and when you see what happens with the election, you might be surprised where money comes from.
Right.
Those kind
I
of
have a
things.
suggestion, Mary. I'm gonna ask you if you can do the workshop for
No,
us.
he's doing
Workshop, just to explain everything, and we'll just, this is for the near
I'll work
future.
with you.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, you know what I'm thinking? Well, you can go first.
Okay. Another source would be, when I was doing
and John.
this survey years ago, there was a tax break for anyone that made improvements.
And there is.
So maybe we need to check with Maud and see what's out there, so we can use that when we approach these businesses.
Didn't Donna tell us about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was sent
Well, I
out.
found
that-
it. I found
it
the
was
tax
sent
break.
out.
I gave it to Donna and Donna did.
It was sent
yeah.
out in that letter. that
That's right,
was, yeah.
that's right,
it was.
right, that's right,
That's correct. I remember that.
that's right. But she said to check with your account because
But
it depends upon your status as the business.
right, but those are the kind of things that are important for us to continue to put that message out to the, like, I could just put, like, when we sent that letter out, right? It was inside the entire body of a letter, right? But maybe like we put something in the newsletter for the businesses, hey, are you aware of this tax credit? That's the title. People will read it more, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yes, they will.
And-
Right.
And if
Yeah.
you look at,
Yes.
taxes are coming up, people are gonna start thinking about it, October, what am I getting
That's right.
ready?
Yeah.
So we start feeding the information
If you have
then,
extra money, you wanna do what you can.
Mhm.
or you want a tax break, this is what you can do before the end of the year to.
Mhm.
Perfect.
serves, right?
Perfect.
Well, I think we've accomplished a lot. We're almost all finished, almost all done. So, the only thing I want to just, Sarah, you're gonna take care of the budget thing, but who do we call, who do we hand it to? Who gets that? Is it the select board, the authority or?
Well, no, it will go through the town administrator's office.
Okay,
Um,
and when did we have to have it in by, was it November or December?
they start the budget like in October.
So we should do it
So I
by
would say the sooner the
August.
better, yeah.
So I'm gonna say, we're gonna do it.
Just so that if
Yeah.
you're requesting, particularly because we haven't really requested a
Right.
budget before.
Right, we did one time. We did, I made the budget up and I gave it to
Hmm?
you guys and
But we didn't, yeah, okay.
I don't know, anyway, okay, so it's town administrator, okay, office. Okay,
What are we requesting a budget for?
this is for the,
She wants to
the
put
book.
together
the book,
a request for the coloring book
For the-
to be reprinted.
yeah, and the reprint is double from last time.
And
How much is it?
is it the tax pool that would print
It
them?
was 65 cents, now it's $1.65.
So, and how
Well,
many,
I mean, whatever it is, I can't.
so, who print, sorry, so what would be the total bill? How many do you run?
Let me, you know what?
She hasn't put it together.
Yeah,
yet.
I don't remember everything, so let me just do it. At the top of my head, I remember. One thing I just want to mention real quick. I think you all can agree that the story coloring book was well received by DY children and teachers. At our last meeting, I had mentioned it would be nice to share it with other disability commissions on the Cape. One way to accomplish this is to invite disability commissions to the National Education School event in 2025. And like what Dennis did. When Gene and I went to the school, we were invited, okay? And they put on a display of, handicap accessible things. And we were there and they taught the children. I mean, you wouldn't believe it. The auditorium was full with all these little kids and the police came and it was really a very nice event. It was a beautiful event. And people that have disabilities were talking about their disabilities and sharing with the children and, the adversities and how they overcame them. And so if the superintendent said, yeah, you can invite anybody you want, we can just, invite all the commissions on the Cape to come for the day and to show them that this book is valuable. The children did love it. And if they want to do it in their own town, it's available. And I talked to Casey and she said she'd be more than happy to, extend an invitation and say, yeah, accommodate them. So I think that's a great way of us giving back to, the
So
commission.
Gail, are you gonna work with Dennis on an event? Is that what you're thinking? On the same day that the coloring books are given out?
No,
Are you gonna
no,
do
no, no.
something like that again?
No,
Okay.
it would be, they want us to take it over and I said, we can't take it over. We cannot take it over, but we will, we'll go there and we'll help, we'll do, but no, we're not making that commitment right now. It's too involved. You have to have the public works to pick up all the people because, they need wheelchairs, they need, it was a big thing.
It was great,
It was wonderful.
but it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work and she's been doing it for like, I don't know, what, 20 years?
She's amazing.
So,
Awesome.
Do you
That's
wanna talk about the Ford event?
yeah, I'm gonna get on that. So, I'll keep you posted on that and, okay. So now the court event. Please speak up, Missy.
So tomorrow is ADA Day. It is the anniversary of ADA being written into law. So tomorrow, we're actually teaming up with Spalding. They have an adaptive sports center at Nickerson State Park. So there will be light refreshments. And they will have some of their accessible boating equipment, some of their accessible bikes. Anybody, it's kind of an open house. We did ask for an RSVP just so we could kind of get a head count, so we had enough refreshments. They did not do an RSVP, they kind of did an open house style. So it's a free event. You can try out their accessible equipment, which is pretty cool. They're not gonna let you, take off down the trail. It's right on the Cape Cod Rail Trail, but
I'd never come back. They're right not to do that.
you will have to sign a waiver and there is a space in the parking lot where, you can kind of tinker around and check out some of their adaptive equipment, which I think is very cool for them to let us come and climb all over their stuff and.
What's the accessible boat look like?
Find out.
Yeah.
I can't go, I know.
Oh,
I'm not.
it starts at noon, does it?
Find out.
I'm going.
can't.
Noon,
I'm going.
10?
I'll take
I need
a
to-
look for you.
10, yeah, it's 10 AM to noon.
Right. I did
And I
look it
do
up. yeah.
believe that they have canine companions coming down to do a table.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, I would love to, well, unfortunately, I won't be there tomorrow.
I would.
But no, it would be great to have you guys there. If you can make it, please do. All of the information, the address is right there. It's kind of funny, so they say that their facility is in Nickerson State Park. Technically, it's not. It's right on 6A, at the entrance to, you'll see like a sign that says Cape Cod Rail Trail. It's right by Orleans Center. and a tiny little sign that says McGraw Center.
Hmm.
So it's actually like their own parking lot, and then the rail trail's right there, and then the park property is right behind it.
So it's not where that booth is when you pull in 6A?
It's before that, I
It's
think.
before
Okay.
that, yep. So there's the entrance to Nickerson State Park. If you're coming from the highway, you take a left. There's the entrance to like the Cape Cod Rail Trail, and then right next to that is the entrance to the actual Nickerson State Park.
Right, I know what that is.
Um,
I know where.
yeah,
You guys
So-
do great programs.
I'm sorry?
I said, you guys do great
Thank
programs.
you, Mary.
You really do.
Yeah, so this is our first event working, collaborating with Spalding, and we're hoping that this will become an annual event every July 26th. And we want to see it grow.
I wish you didn't have it on a Friday, though.
Well, that's.
That's where
the date-
getting down to 6 a.m.
Where the date falls.
The time-
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's where
next
the
week
date
it won't-
falls.
Next year it won't be a Friday probably.
probably,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, if it
Yeah.
falls on a weekend, we could probably do
Yeah,
a
anyway.
Monday.
I'm planning on going, but I don't know. It depends upon how I feel.
Huh, that's okay.
But because I have to go to my eye doctor too in the afternoon, so it's kind of like.
Well, we were thinking of, trying to have several of the commissions on disabilities in the area go up and have a table, but there's really not a lot of parking lot
Right.
space there.
Right.
And because we're gonna have other vendors, accessible equipment all over the place, we thought just your presence is
Yeah.
more than enough.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
You had mentioned there's no chairs, so if you want to bring a chair, you can bring. a chair.
Yeah, there's a couple of picnic tables available, but yeah, if you're gonna hang out for a little while, I would suggest bringing like a folding camping chair, or
Yeah.
beach chair or something.
Okay.
Is there a lot of walking?
You don't have to do any walking if you don't want to.
Pretty much
One of those.
on.
Yeah, no, the parking lot is right there, and then their facility is like in the parking lot. So you don't have to walk anywhere if you don't want to.
Sounds good.
Well, thank you, Jessica.
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
I mean, I'd
Thanks for
like to
giving
go
me the
because
time.
I want to know about the bike, because I want to get a bike, an e-bike. It's, with my knee.
Mhm.
So I really want to go because the PT gal had told me that the person that runs that department knows everything about bikes.
Yeah,
Because I looked at it, a tricycle kind e-bike and,
yeah, they know there's.
and I can't pedal this way. I have to go this way, recumbent kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I really want to go. So I have to plan this. And maybe Jean, I can take Jean with me. You just.
Yeah.
Used to be $3,000, they're about 15.
Oh, tomorrow.
So I'll contact you later on.
I'm talking.
Nice.
Take the back road or something. I hate that 6 a.m. All right, so the next one is on the mod announcement. I sent this out because it fell on tomorrow too. And I wanted to get it out to you so you can look it over if you want to, sign up. I signed up for that and I realized I'm gonna go to the doctor's, for my eye exam. But anyway, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe about an hour. Zoom. So that one's on Zoom. You got
Okay.
that. So that would be kind of cool.
I signed up.
Great. Oh, thanks, John.
Yeah.
So on and then the webpage. I was thinking of changing the webpage and to something like what we had taught, but the see something, say something, we can't do. So, but I want to use that vision thing and it's exactly 3 lines. I really worked at 3 lines, very long lines. I put commas and everything else in to make it
Nice.
3 sentences. So, Sarah, let me know what you think. Because I really want to
This
get.
is, I printed a
Yeah.
copy for everybody.
Yeah, this is the original one, right, Sarah?
That's what you had.
Okay. Oh, originally when I did it, yeah. And then I changed it, me, I did it too.
Oh, you changed it afterwards?
Oh, yeah, I changed it to
Oh,
this, the
okay.
town of, because I figured, you know what? We're gonna need more than just, what I wrote initially. So we wanted to do the vision. Then we want to do some kind of a slogan, building bridges between YCOD and citizens that will connect. And then why do we want to partner with people who, disability people, as well as town residents?
Sorry,
why,
I'm not,
you know.
are we talking about milestone or are we?
Yeah, the
talking about
milestone.
Webpage,
No, the
okay,
milestone,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah, the milestone. Oh, I missed that, but yeah, I'll do what page after. So anyway, so what do you think about that? Changing the milestone to something like, I want to get people in.
You
know
want to
about
change
the-
it to this?
This, yeah, I want people to get familiar with the tracker, to use the tracker.
Hmm.
So. So that's the, and we, the seal needs to be updated too, the town seal. And, for the webpage, it says click here to report an issue or question. I'd like to, instead of say, click here to contact us, I'd like to be a little bit more specific. I mean, yeah, and it just changes things. So those are my suggestions. Any thoughts?
I have a thought.
Yeah.
Just on, I'm looking at this. And it says, thanks for looking. I think thanks for your support, but maybe that's too cliche. Thanks for looking.
Well, I mean,
don't
I
know.
just threw that out there. I
Yeah.
don't even want this one. I don't want this.
Okay, well then,
I want this
tell
one
us
here.
what you,
The-
do you have
the-
it somewhere?
Yeah, the vision, page 3.
But that one's too large, right?
No, it's not. It's three lines.
Sorry, where are you?
I'm on, oh, wait a minute. It's not 3. It's on page, hold on. For you, it would be page 2. Okay, yeah. First page. The very top. In the gold part. Gold section. Without vision.
Yeah.
County environment.
Welcoming.
Right, the only thing is that we don't like to see something, say something, we have to change that, right? I have to say something. That's what needs it like yesterday.
So when you presented this earlier, you said we could come back next month and make comments, but we just don't.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the milestone, because like it's.
Get her
it's
done.
2 months, you know what I mean, we're not gonna see it for another couple of months.
The challenge with the milestone, as you know, is it's due like this week and then the next, ish.
Later.
Yeah, it
I
comes
mean,
out
right.
later.
Wow.
So I told her I'd get it to her after the meeting. And we have 3 lines.
There is
So it's a
freelance.
very short,
Right.
that's what she's able to guarantee us,
Yeah.
because they have a budget and they have a certain number of pages that are. That it has to be within their budget, and so that's what they're.
But what if we do this? I have an idea, excuse me. Forget the see something, say something, how about if we, why COD is your source? Report an issue,
Bam.
how's that?
That's pretty
Hot dog.
Straightforward,
short, sweet, to the point.
everybody agree? Okay, get rid of the see something, say something, okay? Bring this back up there, perfect. Okay,
Second.
thank you,
Wait, so what is it gonna say?
okay, so get rid of see something, say something. And in front of where it says report an issue, put in parentheses, why COD is your source. Report an issue,
So are we saying that, can you say the whole thing?
Okay.
I mean, because I'm not.
okay, that's all
following.
right. Our vision, the town of Yarmouth will always be.
So we want it to say our vision,
Yes,
okay,
the town of Yarmouth will always be a welcoming community that emphasizes integration, inclusion, and accessibility for all.
You make it shorter, you can say
No,
that.
I have a suggestion saying our vision, I feel like implies that we're not already a welcoming community that emphasizes integration, inclusion. Like that's what we want. Is that not what we already are?
well, no, in that, well, in the website, it says our vision, and then it says the,
we created that as like
The
a
mission.
vision statement.
Yeah, it's a vision
statement.
Yeah, it's a vision statement,
few
say-
years ago.
So
You
we're
need-
changing our vision statement right now?
no,
This is just the blurb in the milestone.
it's
Just
just,
trying to put together a little.
Then I wouldn't-
three-
Yeah, I know, but then I wouldn't put our vision because then
Okay.
it's changing.
Yeah,
okay. Well, be honest with you, the first line is the vision. But yeah, okay, fine, so we'll just say,
Town of Yarmouth,
okay, remove
our vision.
our vision. We'll put the town of Yarmouth will always be a welcoming.
Just
community.
put is.
There you go.
Is a welcoming community.
Well, this is what the vision, this is what it wrote, this is what it says in the,
Give a shit. She's writing. So she can make it shorter by saying is. is all
Not
I'm saying.
saying it's our vision, so we can just
Okay.
say the town of
What
Yarmouth.
do you want?
The
Is
town of
Shorter.
is a welcoming community. Because a vision is what you want to strive for.
okay. For Sarah, she's gonna get confused. Is,
No.
okay, go ahead.
She will.
Did somebody say something? Go ahead, Drew.
Done. I said it.
Oh, okay.
We accomplished it.
Town of Yarmouth is a welcoming community, emphasizes integration, inclusion, accessibility for all.
Okay.
Yada, 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 yada.
Building bridges between YC.
Report an issue.
Building bridges between YCOD and citizens, comma. Finish the quote, and then continue. YCOD wants to partner with people with disabilities. And town
See,
residents.
you don't have to put wants to, just put partners with.
Yeah. that's-
Okay.
You shorten it up and make it better
All
that,
right, what is it then? YCOD partners with?
Mhm.
yes,
Okay,
cut out the words wants to.
okay, thank you. People
Cut out
with
what?
disabilities and town residents
I'm looking, I didn't.
to make their voices heard in town affairs. Period. In quotes, YCOD is your source.
That's good. I don't know about
Before
source.
Okay.
But I'm not sure what that means.
Well,
Source for what? Does that really make sense in the? Sounds good.
I.
Maybe it does make sense.
Print it.
Well, the source.
Me?
Second. Next.
So this is what I have. Okay, the town of Yarmouth is a welcoming community that emphasizes integration, inclusion, and accessibility for all. Yarmouth Commission on Disability partners with people with disabilities.
How about just
and
saying
residents.
we rather than Yarmouth Commission on Disability again?
Yeah,
Shorten it right up.
well, we don't have YCOD anywhere in here yet. That was the
Okay,
only
all right.
thing.
Sorry.
So I think we talked about the town of Yarmouth.
Right, okay.
Yarmouth Commission on Disability partners with people with disabilities and residents to make their voices heard in town affairs. What if we just say, visit us at,
I like that.
I mean, I don't know, do we need to have like a slogan or can we just say,
Not necessarily.
visit?
No, I want to have a slogan because it's going to be followed through with other things that I have in mind when I do the membership
But
thing.
I don't know if we're ready for a slogan
Right.
right now, is the problem, right? I don't
Okay,
think- I don't-
Yeah,
I
that's
can
where
do
we're
that.
from. We're not against slogan, a good slogan
I
at
think
all.
Okay,
what we're
all right,
trying to
I
do
can-
is for the milestone right
Okay.
today.
Okay,
Right, that's all we're
Everybody's
saying.
Given this to like review and kind of comment and talk about it more next
no,
month.
that's okay, okay,
So I think-
all right, that'll be fine. Okay,
So we're changing it to just visit us at.
yeah,
Okay.
we're not gonna say report an issue or have a question?
We can,
Of course, I think we should.
Okay,
how about just visit us at, for more information or to ask a question?
No,
or
I want them to
an issue?
report an issue or have a question. I want to hit that home.
Okay, so what do you want it to say, Gail?
Well, whatever you wanted to say, but I just want to say that reported,
So I have visit us at www.yarmouth.ma.us, well, the website, to, what do you want it to say? How do you
report
want it to-
issue. Now, do we want to add another phrase? To get to get more information or report an issue? Is that the idea?
For more information or to report on.
For more information,
Yeah,
not to get, just for, right?
is that good? Or to report an
that's
issue?
fine, but it isn't fine for me, but because I see something that you guys don't see.
It's because you're way ahead of us.
Yeah, you are. You just gave,
Way out there in the blue, we're just earthbound creatures.
so this is what I have. The town of Yarmouth is a welcoming community that emphasizes integration, inclusion, and accessibility for all. Yarmouth Commission on Disability partners with people with disabilities and residents to make their voices heard in town affairs. Visit us at www. blah, 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 for more information or to report an issue.
So now what's lacking there, Gail, for you? Slogan?
I think what's lacking is the enthusiasm behind what I was trying to say. But you want to know something? Why don't we just, no, well, see, I just see things. I mean,
I'm
I don't
trying
know.
to enunciate it so we get the content. I wasn't.
Right.
No, I'm not
Trying to
talking
be
about you.
enthusiastic.
I'm not talking, no, I'm not talking, I'm talking about, I'm just seeing things that you're not seeing. I'm seeing that the connection between this and this, I don't see it unless it's down in writing. I don't, I just building bridges. But you know what? We'll let that go this month. I'm cooperating.
What is it?
Because you know why? Let me tell you why. We need to discuss that because we want it to be firm because that's what we're gonna carry through. So I have no problem with that.
Okay,
That's fine. If we
One
gotta
more-
get something in there and that's
Do
fine.
we need to vote on that? Do we need a motion to?
Second.
The motion was made.
I can do
Okay.
it now.
You made a
I'm
motion?
a fish.
Is
I
somebody-
second the motion.
I don't know what happened to my motion worksheet.
I
All
love
right,
it, Jessica.
we gotta wrap this up. Just-
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
well
pick
done.
someone else.
All right, item number
Yeah.
one.
Come on.
What is?
I'm
what
with
is
you
the
on that.
actual Motion.
Okay,
Contact
the-
information.
So, John made a
milestone.
motion to,
So-
accept the statement for the milestone
statement for the-
just discussed as we just laid it.
And Drew seconded, and we need to vote, yeah.
Okay.
And
All in
everybody-
favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Eyes got it. We're good. We're golden.
So Jessica, you can say that it passed by a voice vote
We
Yeah, just-
unanimously.
need to do the minute.
Okay, we can do the minutes really quick.
Just we-
I so move to accept the April 2024 minutes. Do I have a
Did
second?
you, wait a minute, did you
No.
want to make a motion to accept the April and the May minute?
Can we do it together?
That would be nice.
Oh, thank you.
April.
Okay.
Now,
Hey,
I-
2020.
I think, Gail, you want to ask if anyone wants to make any changes to the minutes,
Oh, that's right.
go ahead,
Yeah.
ask. You're the chairman,
You're right,
ask.
You're right. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Would anybody, thank you, Drew. Would anybody like to make any changes to the minutes, April and May minutes?
Nobody does. Now we call for the vote.
Yeah, that's right.
So I move that we accept both the April and the May minutes as written, as they're currently written.
I second.
Okay,
And any discussions? No discussions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
okay.
We're all set. And before we leave,
You need to sign them both.
Drew,
Yeah,
you weren't here last time. And we want to thank you
oh,
very, very much for all.
I
the
appreciate it.
wonderful Work you did.
and thank you.
Here's
for
a little-
remembering. Oh, you have a gift.
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Bean.
bean? When Jack got a bean, at first he was really happy, but then it turned into a big problem.
Want to entertain a motion to adjourn?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that
Hey,
nice?
motion to adjourn, right? Here a second.
Second, third,
All in favor? Aye.
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 We got it.
thank you very much. I really do
Thank you,
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
It's very
Thank you.
surprising and